Hello and welcome to Belly, a podcast about being flexible and all of the ways that means. Thanks for joining us. My name is Andy Young, and I'm one of your beastly, feral hosts. Joining me, as always, is our other beastly and feral host, Beth Martin. Beth, a pleasure as always. What's the crack?
Uh, Hi.
Hi.
I'm gonna come back around to the word feral because
Uh-huh.
I have an animal story about
Okay.
that. Maybe I've already told you, but so I'm still single parenting,
Living the
uh,
dream.
living the dream. Mike is flying home early, so he's coming back tomorrow as opposed to Friday, which I'm very excited about.
Okay.
I've just kind of hit my limit.
Yeah.
I like don't touch me, don't look at me. Like they're adorable children. I'm not actually saying this to them,
No.
but in the back of my mind, I'm like, I just need to have someone needs to pick up that fucking underwear that I've asked to pick it up like 5 times. And like,
Yep.
where does your pool towel go? Like I can't repeat the same thing over and over
Fair.
anymore. I'm just gonna
Fair.
light it. I'm ready to light it all on fire.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. So yeah, so it's that time of year where, and like to be fair, like what he's doing right now, he's in Bodega Bay in Northern California. It's like north of San Francisco,
Okay.
and he's out on like some NOAA boat, which I'm surprised because like they have no funding right now, but so it's like a 60 or 80 foot like NOAA research vessel with like so it's like they're out there like throwing concrete blocks and it does not look easy, right? And it's
Okay.
like there's no sun, they're cold. Every time you make a sandwich, like you get hit with a wave and you're just like eating like soggy ham.
Oh God.
I
Okay.
know. So it's not glamorous by any means. I just miss him.
Yeah,
And
I
you know what he
understand.
said? Because
Hmm.
like used to do this kind of work before we started dating. Sorry, I'm like get my phone and like read read text from my husband. But uh, he said,
Hmm.
such a strange and lonely life, this line of work. Super grateful to be coming home to you guys. And like, he doesn't say things like that very often, like observations about things that, pertain to his like old life. So it makes, sometimes I'm like, I'm the lady that took you away from like diving in Maria,
Yeah.
and I feel bad about that. But I think
It's
he's happy with the life that he has.
it's one of those things where it's like I think people's ideas of certain jobs are really glamorous, and I don't know if I was talking about it in a recent episode where it's like we met some of Katie's friends and they were doctors and they were doing research and it's like, oh, how exciting. And instead it's poorly paid. They are
Yeah.
constantly like
Fighting
grasping
each
for
other for
funding.
funding.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like there's so much backstabbing and it's like, oh, it's all there's no good jobs really. They're all just like different, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
I
funny because it's the same here. It's like they're always fighting for funding. Nobody's getting along. Like maybe you'll have like two faculty members that are like on your side. The bureaucracy of like trying to get this fucking boat has been, I can't even. It's taken them 6 months
yeah.
to go
Uh,
throw some temperature gauges out in the water to see like how much kelp grows.
it's pretty exciting stuff.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Yeah. It is interesting though. And I'm
Oh, it
like,
absolutely is. Yeah.
yeah, and like I can like recognize the equipment now and I'm like, "Oh, I know what that is." Because like usually he like ends up bringing stuff home to fix it for Jim
Uh-huh.
or whatever, our friend who's the marine biologist. Anyways. So, that's fine. It's fine now. So everything's fine. It's all fine,
It's
Andy.
all fine. It's all fine. Nothing's on fire.
Nothing's on fire yet.
I'm gonna phrase this question as carefully as I can, but like, is the lack of funding due to the current political climate in some ways?
Yeah, it's both. It's
I see.
both. There's always a lack of funding.
Yes.
It used to be like NASA would get all the funding and NOAA would get no funding. We just had a giant flood in Texas
Okay.
over the weekend that killed like over 100 people. And that's
I heard
because
about this. Yeah.
Yeah, they've fired so many people that are all the meteorologists. So yeah, it's definitely like things, funding cuts are taking a toll, I will say, yes.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
Um,
Like my friend is funded by like all of his projects have some type of NOAA funding, and like that's why they're trying to like use the funding that they have right now because they're going to lose it. And no more funding is coming in at that point.
yeah,
So they've got to find it elsewhere.
that's yeah, I suppose it's one of these things where it's like for a lot of people, I guess, who have the money to supply funding, there needs to be a profit-making through line that is difficult to see, I think, a lot of the time.
Yes. Like I just think about, these weddings that are happening in Venice and like all that money that could have
No.
been spent in other
Oh God.
ways,
Don't even
right?
start me on that
I know.
shit.
Da, sha, da, da, da.
I
How are
know.
you?
I'm not too bad, yeah. Since we last spoke, I think we were talking about in previous episode, 28 years later.
Yes.
That film's fucking, it's such a weird mainstream film. I really enjoyed it. It's
I
like,
want you to say it was so good. Like I want it to be good.
I
Is it
really
good?
liked it.
Okay.
And it was like, um, it's just like a kind of a meditate, like it's such a, not me not a fuck you, but like I think people may have certain expectations about what a 28 days later kind of like Lego sequel would be, and it is not that at all. It really defies expectations. It was very difficult to know where the story was going, but which I feel kind of makes it a lot more compelling. And yeah, just like wonderfully weird in lots of ways. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. But always delightful to see something getting this wide a release that's so fucking odd, you know?
Hmm.
So yeah, definitely worth a look. Excuse me, I don't want to talk about it too much because I think. Yeah, you could probably quite easily spoil it. And I think what was really wonderful about it was like how it kind of unfolds, because it's just though it has. So this was something I didn't realize, and I only found out after I'd seen it. It has the most batshit crazy ending. Like it literally has this really kind of poignant ending, and then the last 5 minutes are fucking insane, and they are a setup for like apparently there's a set of 28 years later. There's a 28 years later trilogy coming. The second film is already wrapped, and the end of that is a setup for the next one.
Okay.
So
And
yeah,
Killian Murphy wasn't in it,
he was
right?
not in it. But
I
apparently
looked in it. I'm stalking his IMDb because obsessed. Um,
he's
so
apparently going to be in the next 28 years later movie though.
okay. Eh, Killian, I'm saying it
Killian.
right.
Yeah,
Killian,
Killian, you said it right. Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
you're listening. We need you to do this, buddy.
I'd say there'll be people who will inform us that we're not saying it right.
I know.
But it's fine, whatever. You can
Shh, all of you,
shove it up their arses.
right.
Um, I've also And I was saying to Beth about this as well. I just thought it would, and I'm going to kind of talk about it on here because it'll keep me honest. It'll make sure I do
Yeah.
it.
This is
I
your
am
accountability time,
my
buddy.
accountability time. I am going to do. I want to get a private mental health diagnosis.
Yes. Do
I
it.
Let's go. Like we talked about it a little bit on here because I went through I've went through the process of trying to get one on the NHS, and it has been extremely difficult and quite hard. Like just the process is very difficult because like whenever you kind of like I've had a few kind of mental health reviews and they're harrowing experiences to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
And then to like get nothing from it was very kind of frustrating. Um so I think I want to do this just because I just want a little bit of illumination on what's going on with me. I think the thing I was saying to Beth was I don't think there exists like a smoking gun that will be like this is what's going on and here's how to fix it. I kind of know that's not the case. I just want maybe more tools or maybe to be pointed in a direction that will be kind of helpful for me. So we'll see what happens. Um one of the things that I have been doing since I've started, very recently, one of the things I've been looking into is I have taken a few kind of like autism tests. So, in case anybody's curious about what they are, there is a website called Embrace Autism, and they have a few different kind of tests. They've got one called RADS-R, which is a kind of like basic, sort of more holistic kind of autism test. And I scored like high enough that I'm in that, based on that test, I'm within like an autistic spectrum, but not massively high, pretty low on the low end. And then I also did, literally today, did one called, oh,
Mm.
Cat Q, is it? Yes, Cat Q. And what it is like a kind of test about how much you mask in real life,
So masking means like acting a certain way based on how you think you're supposed to act in a certain
exactly.
situation. Okay.
And I scored very high on that, like very, very high on that. So, which is not a massive surprise to me, but again, the sort of illumination that I'm looking for. So it is something that I will be like, mentioning certainly whenever I like engage with this process. But yeah, so I'm going to start looking into this. I'm going to try to get the ball rolling in this. I suspect it will be a long process, but I want
Yeah,
to get things moving on it soon.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
And it's like, I know, like, I will say, you've tried really, really hard on the public health side to get some
Yeah.
care. I do have a recommendation because you know me. I
Yeah.
think you should, um, like, I have a letter when I have a that I send out to like any new practitioner where it's like, here's all my shit. I have complex PTSD because of the healthcare system,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. You might just want to be like, here's my situation. Here's how I'm feeling. Here's what I've already tried. And that way it's like they already know. You don't have to go down all the roads of like, you know, uh, I just, if someone recommends CBT again to you, I will cry.
I know.
So
I will.
if it's in some pre-letter that you send where you're like, this is what's going on with me. Is this a good fit?
Yeah.
That they can, and then they can say, yeah, let's dig into this, or maybe recommend somebody else, so that you're
Um,
not hopping around and having to explain yourself and explain yourself and explain yourself.
I think if somebody like recommends CBT to me again, I may end up in prison.
I know, me
To be
too.
honest.
Uh-huh.
Hey. All right, very nice. So yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to
Good.
see where this pod takes me. But yeah, as I say, saying it on pod gives me accountability, and yeah, I'm gonna try to make sure it happens.
Good.
So yeah, do you
Proud of you,
have?
proud of you, proud of you.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Oh no, I just oh no, it's okay. We're good. We're good. We're back. I thought I just closed down something critical there. Um, Beth, do you have any what's current for us this week?
Not this week. How about
Okay, I
you?
have a little bit of clarification on some of the
Clarific.
stuff. Huh?
Okay, let's just call it like clarification station.
Clarification station. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe as a whole separate subsection. All right.
Uh-huh.
So basically, um, we talked last week about the Tyrone is for lovers sticker.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And so my friend owned up to it happening, and he's thrilled that it happened on the pod. Another friend wanted to confirm that their love of Tyrone is not tongue in cheek. They do desperately love it, and they would die for their local football team. And he wanted to confirm that Tyrone is indeed for lovers. So I
Okay.
thought it's good to just like circle back on that and just get, clarity on those issues.
There you go.
Right? There you go, everybody. Tyrone is for lovers. Anybody who's curious. So
And
any lo
Andy has pythons for arms.
yeah. So any lovers out there, book your tickets for Tyrone immediately.
Okay, so this is terrible, but what the fuck is Tyrone?
So it's one of the counties in Northern Ireland.
Okay.
So yeah,
Really?
like yeah,
Okay.
we have six.
Like
Well,
you're in Antrim, right?
I'm in Antrim, yeah.
Okay.
But there's six. There's like Ulster is made up of nine,
I've
but
heard of Ulster.
yeah, like so like but Northern Ireland, which is the kind of UK kind of connected part of Ireland. There's only six counties, which
Okay,
of which Tyrone is one of them.
gotcha. Thank you for
Yeah.
clarifying that.
So yeah, I
I'm
for anybody who
embarrassed that I
wants,
don't know that.
no, don't be embarrassed to be like, you knew Antrim, which gives you a leg up on the vast majority of people which from outside of this country. Um, so yeah, so there you go. So as I say, but I was going to say, if anybody does want to come to Tyrone, if you're a lover, you will probably have to fight at Belfast first, and then take a bus or a train to Tyrone.
Yeah,
Bus
yeah.
probably,
Maybe there will be lovers on the trainer bus too,
perhaps. Do you
on
know what
their
I
way.
mean?
Yes.
Get your time in on the way to
Uh-huh.
Tyrone.
Uh-huh.
Okay, love it. Um, okay, okay. So we get to this week's topic.
Yes, yes.
All right, Beth's super excited about this. We
So
kind of like
excited.
knew because we were talking about this the other day. I was like, this is Beth is going to be all over this topic.
Uh-huh.
So our topic this week is cool animal facts because our cool science facts. People loved it. We both have an interest in animals, especially Beth. So we thought this would be a good subject to touch on.
I like have so many facts that I could do like probably 3 or 4 episodes. But I won't do that to you. That's okay.
Okay,
Or well, I'll save some for the next time we do this because it's gonna happen.
absolutely. Just pick your favorites, I guess, for now,
Okay.
if such a thing were possible.
I know.
Um, okay. Do you want to kick us off?
Yes,
I'm
yes.
okay.
Okay, so mine are like I'm not gonna do the like, did you know that why flamingos are pink? Like everybody knows that
Yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm going for
Good.
like the more obscure,
Hell yeah.
weird. So the loudest animal in the world is a mere 2 centimeter long prawn and or shrimp,
Oh, is it the
depending
pistol
on.
shrimp?
Huss, how'd you know about this?
Okay, yeah, because it's got the punch.
Yes, it's the pistol shrimp is capable of snapping its claws shut so rapidly that it creates a bubble which collapses to produce a sonic blast louder than the Concorde sonic boom. For those of you who weren't around in like the 80s, the Concorde was like the fastest plane ever that wasn't like a military plane, and you could
Yeah,
get from like, I don't know, New York to London in 4 hours or
yeah,
something. So that's really fast. So the shockwave can reach 230 decibels, also louder than the sound of a gunshot. The imploding bubble splits it like splits it so fast it generates temperatures 4,400 Celsius, nearly as hot as the sun, killing its prey.
yeah.
So
And
not
you,
only
uh-huh.
is it loud, but it cooks its own food.
Hell yeah. How efficient.
I know.
I don't
How'd
think I
you know
knew.
that?
I don't.
How do you even know what a pistol shrimp is?
I don't. Who knows? My brain is chock full of random information, but I do know
Your
about.
mind palace.
It might have been a documentary or something like that, but I am aware of that because it's pretty badass. Like, it's got like a kung fu punch like that just fucking destroys people. It's yeah, but obviously it's a sonic punch, but it's very cool.
It's like the Hellboy of the ocean.
It is kind of like that by the ocean, yeah.
All
Um,
right. What do you got?
so I quite liked it's I found there was like I was looking for cool animal facts, and one of the cool animal facts that came up was blue whales are huge, and I'm like, oh no shit, are blue whales
Right.
huge? Who could
Right.
have possibly guessed? Um, so the one I quite liked was, I mean, I've got a handful that I quite like. Was that like army ants create balls during high water floods, and those balls as they
Turn so
kind
they
of
can all
bob
breathe.
around in the water, all the ants get a chance to breathe because they kind of all get a time at the top. Pretty neat.
I wish we were more like ants.
Yeah, that would probably be pretty frigging good. It'd be good news for
Yeah.
probably everyone, honestly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I spend a lot of time watching ants actually, and
hmm
like you can see them like walking up to each other and like passing information,
hmm
you
hmm
know? And like I'm telling the kids, I'm like, they're talking to each other, they're communicating, they're telling you, like, go eat the food over there. Here's where I was. Here's what I saw. Ants are so cool.
They are. Um, I told you a little bit. I think I might have mentioned to you before. There is a sci-fi book I really love. I read it quite a few years ago now called Children of Time. And the setup for the book was that basically humanity, I think Earth was dying, surprise, surprise, and humanity had like sent all these kind of like rockets to seed various potential planets. So when these colony ships arrived, they would be ready for humans. So one of these kind of like seeding rockets or seeding satellites or whatever, essentially doesn't quite work out as they expected and imbues some of the insect life that was on board with like human intelligence. So basically, this super smart, there's an evolution of these super smart spiders. And one of the first things that they contend with is there's also ants there, and the ants are also kind of like larger, they're more like human sized, and like they are slowly but surely just because of like how fast ants kind of, produce and how much they consume, they were at risk of completely wiping these spiders out before they completely they kind of gain control of the planet, I guess. And one of the key parts in the story is the spiders figuring out how to use centrioles to kind of like control the ants and use the ants as like a um tools feels it does like in a sort of symbiotic way kind of allows them to kind of build things for them and kind of help them with various things and becomes like a catalyst for them developing technology and things like that. It's very cool. I love a kind of like high concept piece of sci-fi, and this was really lovely.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Um, sorry, this just has nothing to do with what you just said, but something just popped
sure.
in my brain. So, um, the flood that happened in Texas,
Yeah,
uh, and part of that's because of all the meteorologists that got fired. So
yeah.
now the government is dropping like millions and millions and millions of flies all
Okay.
over this area to eat all of the flesh-eating maggots. So I'm like, how much does that cost? Like, how many salaries
Yeah.
did we cut to save so that we could drop flies to eat all of the maggots on the flesh of the things that died? Anyways,
Proactive
that's
instead of
neither here nor
reactive.
here. I know, I know, I know. That's fascinating. Okay. Did you know that dolphins use toxic puffer fish to get high?
No, I did not know that.
Okay,
That
good.
rocks.
Okay, so dolphins deliberately handle pufferfish, calling them to blow up and release toxins, like as a defense mechanism. The toxins can be deadly at high doses, but also have a narcotic effect and are like a really powerful hallucinogenic, which dolphins appear to enjoy. The documentary witnessed them passing around a pufferfish in a pod before floating just underneath the water's surface, apparently mesmerized by their own reflections afterwards.
That rocks.
I know they have like a puff circle, puff, puff, pass, but dolphins.
Oh, that rocks. Good for them.
I know.
Because were we talking about it that bears will drink like uh hold on, let me get this correct. I know so like fruit that has kind of went off
Oh,
because it's kind of like has started fermenting and sort of
fermented
create, yeah, so it's got like like alcohol style quantities. It's bears. I think elephants do that as well. Like there are other like plenty of creatures on the planet who are like, we need to get fucked up.
monkeys do monkeys certain monkeys do that
Yeah,
too.
I've heard that. I love it. Okay. Um, so I quite like turkey vultures' projectile vomit as a means of defense.
You know, I just literally learned about that last week.
Wow, absolutely rocks. Like, I mean,
And
like,
like there was like I think it was like a meme or a drawing, but it was like I had no idea. And we have them all over the place here.
interesting.
Yeah, they're
What
like
are they even? I need to look and see what they look like.
they they're I mean, they're not beautiful. You definitely are like, oh, that's why they call him a turkey vulture.
Oh yeah, they are not beautiful. No,
No,
I
no,
think
no.
that's kind of the vulture that I kind of think of. Like, I suppose the kind of my,
It's like the
uh,
Disney vulture,
yes, exactly,
you
exactly that.
know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly from cartoons is how I know vultures completely.
And not only that, like they all they eat is dead shit, right? So not only are you getting like projectile bird vomit, but it's like it's not even fresh d death. It's like something that's been like decaying for weeks and they ate it and now it's on you. Uh, the
It's like
evolution of that is interesting.
I kind of like I'm envious of it as well. It would just be such a good way for me to get out of situations I don't want to be into. It's just like accept
Ah!
that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Um,
You could
just
probably train yourself to do that.
you know, I probably could actually. That's a good point. That would be a
Yeah.
valuable use of my
Mind
time, I
over
think.
matter, my friend.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, okay. Life goals.
Okay. So, I don't know if you remember the Maria rooster that was like just
Yes.
like deciding it wanted to crow at like 2 in the morning. Anyways, so here's a for my favorite animal ever. Roosters prevent themselves from going deaf on because they crow so loudly by tilting their heads back when they crow, which covers their ear canal completely and serves as a built-in earplug. So studies show that they can crow over like 100 decibels, which is roughly the same as a running chainsaw.
That's fucking nuts. And the cheeky bastards have earplugs as well. Wow.
Yes, yes.
That explains so much.
I know. I know.
I mean, like, and because they are loud bastards, and I
They're so
have,
loud.
yeah, that's nuts. Although, because the one, because I knew I'd seen, yeah, there was one which is roosters deafen themselves temporarily every time they crow, so they don't damage their own hearing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what about the rest of us, motherfuckers?
I know. I mean, we have those built-in things, right? When you like cover your ears and you kind of like shove that part of your ear into your ear.
It's
Do you have
true.
that? So,
Yeah, that rocks. Okay, I love it. Okay, cows have best friends. Isn't that nice? They form strong social bonds and experience stress when separated from their companions.
that's like my favorite thing. That's the nicest thing I've heard all week.
All right.
And now
Uh,
I'm glad I don't eat much beef.
yes, absolutely.
Aw,
Yeah, it's not nice. It's not nice.
yes.
It's sweet. I
Okay.
have another
Well,
sweet one
here,
as well. That's our next one's another sweet
no, no,
one.
I'll follow up with a cow one too. So cows poo up to 15 times a day, which can be as much as 115 pounds of manure per day, or approximately 21 tons per year. The large quantities are often put to good use, though. Manure, fertilizer to fuel or biogas, create electricity and heat for developing parts of the world. But that's a lot, like
That's no
I
joke.
can't imagine trying to shit 15 times a day.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if I should have fit. I
I
done
mean,
15
we
shits in a
all
day.
have. We all have.
Yeah, probably at some point, starting when my stomach wasn't hasn't been feeling well.
Yeah, we get what's called the butt pee, Andy.
So true. What a nightmare. Um, yeah, that's why because I was just like I was converting the 15 pounds. So like because we normally
Oh,
we
right.
so kilograms
Sorry.
is so it's like nearly 7 kilograms, which is that's quite a lot of shit in a day. I tip my hat to you guys. The amount of shit that you're putting out there.
Moo moo moo.
That's game recognizes
Hanging out
game,
with my
as
best
they
friend,
say.
shitting.
Exactly. Um, okay, my other lovely one, which I really liked, and it kind of like goes with the cows one, is that sea
Mhm.
otters hold hands. So they do this while sleeping to avoid drifting apart.
Oh,
How sweet. Makes me very happy. I'm like, that's great,
oh.
guys. You know, I don't know whether I think I might have told you this before, but one of the things that I loved about Korea was that, especially because we were in a small town, so we would like see all sorts of Korean people doing their things. And you would see male friends on nights out, and they wouldn't do it ordinarily, but after they have a few drinks, male friends just walking around holding hands, and I'm like, that's nice,
That is so nice.
isn't it?
That is so nice. That would never, like, I've seen it more. I saw two ladies walking down our street the other day, holding hands.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing they were a couple, and I think it's lovely, and I'm glad that they feel comfortable enough to do that.
Yep.
I wish more men would, you know,
Like,
it's interesting. There's like I don't know if you remember, but there's like a little like workout area on a
hmm
tr like there's a trail into town, and there's several groups of dudes that all get together and like I think they just like do pull-ups and chit chat. But I'm guessing they m might have all been in the military
I
together.
see. Uh-huh.
Um, and I'm just like I saw them out the other day, and I'm like I'm just glad that they have each other to like hang out with and chit chat with and process things with that none of us can comprehend going through.
So true.
And like I saw a video the other day of a mama sea otter, and her baby was too little to sleep by itself, so they lay them on their tummies,
Yes,
and so the mama's like nuzzling and loving on the baby, and I was just like, oh, so cute. They're just like sea otters, especially like river otters are adorable, but like and rambunctious and like get into all the bad nonsense, but like sea otters are the cutest thing like ever to me,
they are.
especially when they're like holding their seashell on their chest and like trying to break it open with a rock. I
Oh,
can't even. I can't.
it was like we were. I mean, I don't know if they are connected, but we were like really hoping to see a beaver when we were in Canada, and we thought that the chances of that happening were slim. But that would have been
Hmm.
thrilling. I would love to have seen a beaver.
Hmm. They're harder to find than you would think.
And I would guess that they probably wouldn't be in the areas where there'd be a lot of people either.
No, nope, nope. No, there's this lady I follow on Instagram and she does rehabilitation. And there's one beaver that it lost an eye, so it can't go back into the wild. And
Uh-huh.
it like it'll hold her hand because she takes it out for walks. There's a little lake by the rehab center, and like it's like, Come swim with me, come swim with me," and she's like, "It's too cold." So she set up a GoFundMe for a wetsuit or a dry suit so she could like get in the water with Bo, this little beaver with one eye, and
So
he was so
nice.
happy. It was so cute. Anyways, okay, another cute one. Baby elephants suck their trunks for comfort, just like babies and young children
Like
suck
suck
their
their thumb.
thumbs.
That
Yeah,
rocks.
I know.
Oh, that's very sweet. Uh,
I know.
I, it's really kind of like elephants are one of the like the intelligence of an elephant is really kind of striking. I've always
Yes.
find, and you see stuff and you're kind of always kind of like, I remember seeing a video which was just like. I guess the elephant's done it before, but it knows it was good stuff. Where it would like it took like tourist hats and would hide the hats under its mouth, and then everybody like, where'd the hat go? And then it was just like put the hat back at some point, and everybody's like cracking up. It's good stuff. That's a good joke.
When when we had the earthquake here, like last month, or was it last month, 2 months ago? They have a video of all of the elephants at the San Diego Zoo,
Hmm.
and there's one that's a baby. I think I want to say there's probably eight total elephants, and one of them's a baby, and like you could see that they were like nervous, and then the earthquake started happening and everything was shaking, and they all ran together, formed a circle around the baby, and they got it all on video, and it was just like the most amazing thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah, that rocks.
I know.
Yeah, I do love that, and I do
Meanwhile,
love.
I just left my kids at school.
It's fine.
All
So this should be. You're gonna get in trouble for
right,
not doing
all right.
that
No,
by
no, I
the
know.
elephant police. Uh, okay. Woodpecker tongues wrap around the backs of their brains. This helps the brain stay protected during high-speed pecking.
That is interesting. We have a lot of woodpeckers out here.
But there is a sad coda to this. They still almost always die from self-inflicted brain damage.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
How does that work?
I like they seem like a wild piece of evolution, woodpeckers.
Yeah.
And like apparently they evolved over time to have thicker skulls and things like that as well. But like it's to like and a small brain, so like everything's kind of like shock absorbers, are kind of built in, but it's just wild to me.
Do you guys have woodpeckers?
I don't think so. That's a good question. I suspect no.
I think we have like down here in SoCal, we have like four or five different kinds. Definitely like there's like three or four that live in our oak trees. Um, they've got a yeah, that's so interesting. I just wonder like at some point, yeah, self-inflicted, do they get CTE? Do they go insane? Like do they get rage? I'm curious.
It's
Someone
true.
probably it's like these are all facts that like someone did their PhD on. I love it.
I
Uh,
so
go ahead.
apparently so they were in the UK. They are in the UK. There's a couple of different breeds, and apparently that they have been absent. They were absent from Ireland for a long time, but they have started the Great Spotted Woodpecker has now established breeding residence in Ireland. So there are some now.
Okay.
Amongst other cool things we now have, like mosquitoes, which rocks. Hooray!
Yay. Okay, so let's see. We already know that the howler monkey is the loudest land animal. Oh, remind me to tell you something off pod.
Mhm.
Um, okay. There's an average of 50,000 spiders per acre. Do you guys do acres?
Yeah, I think we know acres. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, 5,000 spiders per acre in green areas. There's over 45,000 known spider species with venom of a few only known to be dangerous to humans. 45,000 known spider species.
In
And if any in the world,
okay, that's
uh,
mad.
I know. Well, and it's like if we took anything from arachnophobia, it's that there's still spiders in the Amazon that you can discover.
You need to be very careful, and they can
Yeah.
crossbreed and create
Yes.
some sort of super uber
Yes.
spider that will fuck you
Do you
up.
remember that movie where the
Yes,
spiders like they're like caressing their little spider hands together and you're like, "No, they're gonna make a super spider."
that that movie's fucking freaked me out. I wonder, that must have been responsible for like quite a lot, like a huge wave of
Yes.
spider fear.
Yes. Arachnophobia.
Yeah,
That's what spider fear is.
it is. It's true. That's a good point. Yeah, yeah.
The name of the movie, Andy.
You're right. It's true. Really? Okay. Well, uh,
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to take your word for it, Beth. I mean, I need to check. I need to check my own sources here on that.
Your brain.
My brain, yeah. Okay. What have I got? Oh yeah. So, the inland taipan has the strongest, most potent venom on the planet.
Wait,
Ca-
start over?
So the inland taipan, which is a snake,
Uh-huh.
has the strongest, most potent venom on the planet, capable of killing around 290 humans with a single bite. Uh, with I think this fact's pretty cool. Scaled to mice, a single bite could kill 250,000 mice.
Oh my Lanta.
Right?
Yeah, where do they live?
I think that's a good
You're
question.
like they're in your yard.
Oh,
They
there's
better
no.
not be in Southern
Hey, look,
California.
that's a good point. There's no
I gotta
snakes.
contend with rattlesnakes.
Um,
Did I tell you my
ha
rattlesnake story? Okay.
ha. Guess, guess where this insane, crazy, most venomous snake is.
Somewhere in a jungle.
What place, what country on this planet has the craziest, most fucked up animal life? Maybe this is something that it's Australia.
Oh, I was gonna say Madagascar.
Uh,
Okay. Aha.
when in
Yeah.
doubt, when it's something completely
Yes.
fucking insane,
Yes.
it's probably from
Yes.
Australia.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Sorry, I had a story, but it flew out of my brain.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did I tell you that like we were okay? This is my friend has a husband who's a sheriff, and
Hmm.
our kids
Oh,
play together sometimes. Did I tell you this story already?
I don't know.
We were playing over at their house, and it was like getting dark, and the kids were on the trampoline, and then Harper's like, I think I hear a rattlesnake, and it was like right next to the
Oh
trampoline.
shit.
So we had to like, and uh, I'm embarrassed to even tell this story. Um,
No.
it wasn't my house. It's like we had like kind of just moved here. I didn't really know what to do. And she's like, she called her husband who was on patrol, and he's like, "We'll get the gun out of the gun cabinet and go take care of it." And she's like, "Well, you didn't restock it with bullets." I had to like get all the kids and like usher them into a room, and she went out in the backyard and shot the rattlesnake.
Jesus.
And I was just like, where the fuck did I move?
And also like that's it must be hard enough to shoot a rattlesnake because like they're not a big target, so fair play.
I mean, they
Um,
do when they are like ready to strike, they curl up into
I
to
see.
make themselves look bigger, I'm assuming. So it
It's
was
a
big.
bigger target. And
Yeah.
that's nice. Like have you seen many snakes in your life? I mean, I suppose they're probably rarer in
There, I've seen more snakes here than I've
yeah,
seen in my life. And like uh I know what the tracks look like now. So
yeah.
I know I'm like, oh, there's a snake in the area and that looks big, or like they'll be like sunning themselves on the path. We had one in our yard that was, it turned out it wasn't a rattle, it looks like a rattlesnake, but they call them gopher snakes, but they look like rattlesnakes.
Okay.
So that was confusing. But yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
like
Yeah.
we've got a mountain behind our house. And everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, have you climbed that mountain?" And I'm like, "No, I would need like rattlesnake uh boots that
Oh,
you
yeah.
wear, or like
Hmm.
if they latch on and then you don't get the snake bite."
Yeah, that's great.
Anyways,
I love it.
uh, is it my turn or your turn? Sorry.
I think no, it's your turn because we were talking about those. That was my snake fact that got us in that chat.
Okay, so let's see. Huh. This I didn't know. Polar bears have jet black skin under their white fur coats. So like their skin is black, but their coats are white.
Yeah,
It helps them absorb heat to keep warm, while the white fur helps to provide camouflage in the snowy and icy environments they live, which I didn't know that. I thought that was interesting.
that is fascinating. It was one of the ones I saw myself, and I had no idea. It's like that's kind of wild. I kind of want to go and shave a polar bear now and just have a look.
Just like zzz, and run away.
Yeah, I just need to do a search for shaved polar bears. I'm gonna see some fucked up shit. I'm gonna see some shit I don't want to see. Oh no, no, it's not
Oh
good.
no, 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 it's not.
It's really not.
It went
Oh
down
no,
like,
it's not at all.
oh,
Don't
okay.
don't do that search, everybody at home. It's not nice. Um okay. I love it. All
Can't
right.
believe you let yourself do that.
I mean
Sorry.
like they look like giant rats or something. I don't know. It's like giant hairless rats. Yeah, I'm not wasn't vibing with that at all. Okay. Um so bees can recognize human faces. Uh so they can distinguish between different human faces by piecing together visual patterns. Fascinating, right?
Bees are fascinating.
Bees so smart. Yeah, they really are. Um,
I like, does it, I'm so like, they recognize like you are a human, or you are my human,
mhm.
or you are
I
like
think
I
that
I
I don't. That's a good question. I don't know what they do with that information, but I guess maybe, if somebody was like trying to swat them, they're maybe gonna go, "Oh, that's a motherfucker who's trying to swat me," and
yeah.
avoid them possibly.
Or
Uh,
get, if you're a wasp and you're just like, 28 days later, you're like rage.
yes, just gonna hunt that
But in bee
motherfucker down.
form. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sting their ass. Yeah, that it's I'm gonna look into that a bit more. I am curious, but I think it's so cool that they can do that, and it just feels like such a yeah. We were talking last week about like dogs. Certain animals recognize themselves in the mirror, other animals don't, and kind of some
Hmm.
people have used that as a way to distinguish whether they have a sense of self and things like
Hmm.
that. So it's fascinating to me that bees can distinguish faces. It speaks to a level of intelligence that I think um I wouldn't have considered they would have had prior to that.
No. And they smell fear.
Yeah. Oh. Uh-huh.
Have you
Okay.
seen the photos of like bumblebees napping in flowers? They get
No.
tired. It's cute. That you should Google.
Okay, that does sound nice.
Um, so they get sleepy and they take naps in flowers and it's just like their little bee butts and their little back feet hanging out. It's like
Amazing.
the cutest thing ever. Okay, let's see. For those of you who know what a naked mole rat is,
Mhm.
the naked mole rat can live in an almost zero oxygen atmosphere. Incredibly, in a zero oxygen environment, the naked mole rat can still survive for up to 20 minutes without suffering any harm at all.
Insane. How did people find that out? That's my
I know,
concern.
right? Right, right. Um, so when we lived in Oregon, they had like a whole naked mole rat exhibit at the Portland Zoo. And I remember it was like such a big deal. They were like, naked mole rats opening soon. And like, it was like pictures of them everywhere. And I was like, oh. And then I remember we were in another exhibit and it was a carnivorous animal. I can't remember what it was, but there were like naked mole rats in there. So I was
Hmm.
like, oh, they're feeding from other exhibits to this exhibit. That's weird,
That
right?
is weird.
Yeah. Or just snuck in. I don't know and didn't end up, but it was definitely like that's a naked mole rat. You can't, you know.
They shouldn't be in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yep.
Um, okay, so kangaroos cannot jump backwards. I think because their tails, their anatomy kind of gets in the way. They
Oh
just can't.
yeah.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, that makes complete sense now that I think about it, but I would have never considered it.
Did you see a lot of kangaroos when you were in Australia?
Yes, like they're fucking everywhere, especially on the West Coast.
Hmm.
And we were warned, like, basically don't drive at night, not because the roads are particularly dangerous, but because there's fucking kangaroos everywhere. And like
If you
one
hit a
time,
kangaroo.
huh?
If you hit a kangaroo, that's probably like,
It's bad fucking news. They're big fucking things. And I and we were heading back, we were heading to a campsite and we were running late and but we kind of needed to get to the campsite, and it started getting dark, I think at about 6 or 7 in the evening. And I had about 30-minute drive left, and we were just like, we just gotta go. We just gotta go and like do it. And like literally those kangaroos hopping and like you didn't see them until the last second. And a couple of times I was like, I'm hitting this kangaroo and there's nothing I can do about it. This is fucked.
yeah.
And I must have missed them by inches. And I feel so lucky that we avoided that. But like there were so many. And we had friends. We weren't even like there was there was two camper vans and our other friends, they were running even later than us. So like they drove even further in the dark and I was so friggin' worried about them. But again, they managed to make it through unscathed as well.
Are they nocturnal?
No, I've seen them during the day as well. I think I've maybe recounted the story to you before. I went to I can't remember the name of the place, but there's like a kind of an area with lots of vineyards in Australia that's kind of famous for it. And so lots of ones scattered around the place, and you can just like hire bikes, as in like bicycles, and just like cycle from vineyard to vineyard, tasting the wines, and then like wobbling, for to the next place
Yeah.
on your bikes.
Yeah.
So a lot of the paths to the different areas are like just like off, like just sandy tracks between, places. And we were cycling to one of the places, one of the other vineyards, and like there was like a big bull kangaroo, like literally when we weren't even that close, I'd say we were about 6 meters away, which is close enough considering how big these things are. Because we were even getting vaguely close, he just stood up and he squared up to us and he like flexed. And like in my memory, he had like a freaking six pack and just like these massive pecs. And I was just like, bro, I don't want any fucking part of this. Like, and I was like slightly drunk and was like, please don't do anything because I don't know what what I'm gonna do. You will destroy me if you fight me.
Right?
So yeah, that was pretty intense. But like and like even on the vineyards and stuff like that, because they would eat the grapes and things that you would. There's a couple of times you would see them there. One of them died in one of the vineyards we were, and it was untouched for weeks, and it was disgusting. It was just sort of rotting, and it was awful. So yeah, they are everywhere. They are just like I think I've heard them to be described by Australians as like giant rats, and I think they kind of are.
Wow. Which is interesting because they're like marsupials, right?
Yeah,
So I wonder what gestation is. It's not like there's rabbits where they can have like,
that's a
8 or
good
10
point.
babies,
Yeah.
but um hmm.
But they seem there seems like there's a lot of them. I've seen so many of them.
Okay, here's a fun Australian fact. Koala bears have fingerprints almost identical to human fingerprints.
Ooh,
So this is like the kind of fact that's like right up my alley. It's so hard to distinguish between the fingerprints of koalas and humans that even under a microscope it's hard to tell. Have even been reported cases of koala fingerprints confusing forensics at crime scenes.
no way. How the
Yes,
fuck?
I know. You're
Um,
like, it's Johnny. Johnny did. Oh wait. Oh, is this a koala?
rocks. Like for the quality doing right there.
Yeah, with their
The
tiny, tiny knives.
the interesting slash tragic thing about koalas. So we went to like a koala sanctuary when I was out in Australia again, and it was like all the koalas were listed and the reason why they were in there, what they were being treated for, and almost every koala apart from one was being treated for chlamydia because chlamydia
Uh-huh.
is rampant amongst the koala population. It's like, wow, that sucks. Sorry, bro. So yeah,
They also sleep like 22 hours a day. So that with the
nice.
2 hours a day that they're actually using, they're getting chlamydia and murdering
That rocks. So good.
koalas. Oh, Australia.
Australia, you fucking wacky country. Um, okay. All halibut, the fish, are male until they reach 45 inches in length. Then they all become female.
That is, wait, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I like I know like especially in fish life that is quite common, and I know that there's certain like types of fish that can change sex as needed. So like
Based
it's
on the
not,
environment.
excuse me, as surprising to me, but it's still kind of fucking wild.
I I just uh, they also like I think they're born with their eyes on each side of their head and then that one of their eyes like moves, right? So that
Is that halibut? Or you could be right, but yeah,
I
I know what
think
you mean.
it's like fluke and halibut and like there's like yeah, a few different types of fish that are yeah,
Yes, I think you could be right. Yeah.
bottom dwellers.
Yeah, because I've seen because when we were in the aquarium in Toronto, you're seeing fish, the fish that do that, their eyes migrate, which is just such an incredible, just such an incredible way genetic thing.
Okay. Okay, so on the subject of did wait, is it your turn? Sorry.
You go for it. I think I am just, I think I did do the last one, so you go for it.
Okay. Um, oh, that's a good one too. So corvids, which I did not know what they are, crows, rooks, ravens, etc. Some corvids can understand physics. Corvids are highly intelligent. They can use tools, solve puzzles, recognize faces, and even understand physics. Tests show that rooks have the same level of understanding of physics as a 6-month-old baby, which is higher than some apes.
That's pretty good. Like
I know.
I know they're supposed to be super smart, and like it's also one of the things I've been having conversations about recently is also the idea of when we think about intelligence, we're always thinking about it from a human perspective,
Yep.
and like So it's hard to like completely analyze just how intelligent they are because their intelligence is obviously of a very different nature to ours. But yeah, yeah. I there was something about them. They can recognize people. They'll recognize people for years and years and years. So like
Yeah,
if you have a relationship with one, they'll even if you're wearing like a disguise. So that crows recognize individual people, even if they're wearing disguises and after many years.
that's so they were like, let me disguise myself and see if it still recognizes me.
Yeah, right. I like
Yeah.
it. Um, shall
That's the
we
kind of research I would like to do.
exactly? Um, shall we maybe pick one or maybe two more favorites and then maybe wrap up our topic for this week?
Mhm.
So I think I have it's me, it's Andy. Um I mean, I like the elephants. Elephants can hear through their feet. They can just detect vibrations and things like that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Have you ever seen a baby elephant foot?
I don't know that I have.
It's super weird looking.
Uh, my
Uh,
next search.
uh, it might, no, it's horses or elephants. Maybe, no, maybe it's baby horses.
Okay,
If it's not weird with elephant, that's fascinating. They're so like elephants are I I hate zoos for many reasons,
sure.
but like that's the one that I have the hardest time with. Adorable.
I lost you for a minute.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's all right. Okay. Where were we?
I was talking about there's a hawk in my pool.
Okay, do you want to just go into that? We'll just give it a wee silent, and then do you want to talk about that? Okay, let's go. Three, two, one.
So right now do you remember the rock that I have like next to the pool? There's a
Mm-hmm.
hawk sitting on it right now.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that
It's a
rocks.
big fucking bird. I wish it was a turkey vulture and it would vomit on me. Okay, are you ready for one that's adorable?
I have just by the way in the interim looked up bee horse hooves, and they are terrifying.
Isn't that scary?
Yeah, so crazy.
I saw that and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it is. It's like some fucking Cthulhu shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, go for it.
Okay. So rabbits don't have pads on their paws. They only have fur. Rabbits are a bit
Oh,
like hobbits. They have furry feet. They're the only land mammal, that do not have paw pads. Paw pads are thought to help animals run faster, whereas rabbits move in a different way, and the thick fur still provides cushioning. And like I remember like cutting because we would have to cut Sophie's or the bunny that we had. Can you hear the bird?
can a little bit.
Okay. Frankie, shut it. Um, sorry everyone, that's my lovely conure parrot. But like we would have to trim his little nails and I never like looked to see if he had pads or not because there was so much fur. But now I know that they have toes that are furry.
That's so sweet. I don't think I knew that
I
at
know.
all. That's
I know.
fantastic.
I know.
Even more adorable.
I know. Exactly.
Love it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think so we wrap it up there. If you've got any others, go for it. Meet another one if you've got a favorite, and we'll move on to our last wee section.
Okay, so I learned about this through the kids actually. Cuckoo birds hide their eggs in the nests of other species.
Yes,
So the other bird like is trying to like the other bird species then raises the cuckoo chick as if it were its own, and the cuckoo mother doesn't do any of the work. I'm like, that's genius.
it is. It's some bullshit. It's some bullshit because they tend to be like bigger. I can't remember like I think I saw an animation or something like that as a kid, and it's like the cuckoo is the cuckoo chicks are always like is always like a much bigger bird. It tends to
Yes.
be a much bigger bird. It's just
Yes.
like, what the fuck?
And yeah, totally. And you have this like, I don't know, like pigeon that's like trying really hard to parent and
Just
like,
a fucking bunch of deadbeat cuckoo moms and dads.
right?
Unreal.
I know.
All right. I love it. So let's wrap up our wee topic for today. Though I think like we
Mm,
definitely have tons of other stuff we could
yeah.
talk about, and maybe
Yeah.
we'll do another episode at some point.
Yep.
And if any of you at home have any fun animal facts that we didn't
Please.
share, please
Yes.
send them to us.
Please do.
Okay, Beth. In that case, I'd like to ask you, what's been bringing you joy this week?
I wrote it down ahead of
Good
time.
work.
So I finished The Bear season 4
Hmm.
and I loved it.
Okay, good.
Like I was like, how I guess it's not they just the character development is amazing. The
Okay.
character growth is amazing. The lack of character growth is amazing. The writing is fabulous. It's so good. It's so good. So I highly recommend it. I've really enjoyed watching it.
I've only seen the first two seasons. I enjoy them, but I think I loved the first season a lot, and then I
Mm-hmm.
felt like it was going off the rails a wee bit for me in season two, but I still liked
Hmm.
it. So like, yeah, it's just I think my problem at the minute is just the overwhelming glut of television shows that are out there, and I'm just
Totally.
struggling to like
Keep
know
up.
what make time for it. Yeah, to keep up and to know what to make time for.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine is also a TV show because I was very excited to learn, and it made me renew my Disney Plus membership for a couple of months at least anyway.
Ooh.
That the second season of Light and Magic has went up.
What is that?
So it is a documentary about Industrial Light and Magic, the special effects company that George Lucas set up for Star Wars.
Oh.
And
Oh.
the first season basically took them all the way up to basically Jurassic Park because Jurassic Park was a real turning point both for them as a studio and the film industry in that for the longest time they were going to use miniatures for Jurassic Park, and then Steven Spielberg saw a CGI dinosaur and went, "Oh no, I want that."
Yep.
And that was the kind of turning point and kind of also influenced the direction that special effects studio went in and all kind of special effects studios went in. So season two is about them figuring out the technology and how to do episode one of Star Wars. I've only watched one episode so far. Um, and it was like, we've completed Star Wars episode one, hooray! Now let's wait for the accolades. And I'm like, I'm really interested to see what season two or episode two is going to be, because if anybody remembers, you know, Star Wars episode one had a mixed response,
It did. It
to
did.
say the least. So I'm interested to see how the rest of this season goes. But see for somebody like me who's really interested in the kind of nerdy minutia of how these effects are made and everything, it's so fascinating. It really
What's it
is.
called one more time?
It's
Because I'm
called
gonna
Light and Magic,
I'm
but I
writing it
highly
down.
recommend it.
And I have Disney, so
Yeah, it's such a good. I just loved it. I loved the first season so much, and I'm really enjoying. Like the first episode of season two was just like, this is perfect. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that.
okay. I think the bear might be too stressful for you.
That's quite possible. But
It's this pressure. It's every season is a pressure cooker, and that's just like working at a restaurant, honestly.
yeah,
But
I
that it just now what is this
is this
hawk is just
is really
yeah,
just
now
hanging
he's
out.
literally sitting on the lawn chair.
Wow, make yourself at home, for
I
quite honestly.
know, but Jesus.
Jeez, wow. Okay. All right. All right. So
Sorry.
we'll let Beth go and deal with the hawk. Beth, can you let everybody know where they can find us?
Yes, you can find us at bendypodcast.com.
Sweet. All right.
And thanks to all the people that are sending messages and liking us on TikTok. Get off my I
Yeah,
gotta
all
go
right.
deal with the
We need to
bird.
stay. All right, we need to stay bandy so Beth can deal with this hawk. All right. In that case, folks, as always, we'd like to remind you to stay
Stay
Ben. Right, now get that hot bath.
Okay, I gotta go. It's gonna, I'm afraid he's gonna like, yeah, like tear my shit up. Okay, bye
All
everybody. Love
right, bye,
you.
love you, bye.
Okay,
Nice.
I'll be right
All
back.
right.
I gotta go yell at
Okay,
him.
cool, cool, cool.